All right, so it looks like tonight. Okay. Well, it looks like tonight we're gonna need to wait a few minutes to see who else shows up. Um, yeah. One is the loneliest love she'll ever see. One is the loneliest love she'll ever be. And now we're just waiting around for people to come in. Uh, Kiri Kiri, around the road that I must travel. Kiri Kiri, around the darkness of the night. Kiri Kiri, around the road that I must travel. Kiri Kiri, around the darkness of the night. Oh, Kiri Kiri, around the road that I must travel. Oh, look, we have two people now, so that's good. And they got like, thank you. Hello. I'm just waiting. So, oh, who's here with me now? I wonder. We're just waiting a few minutes to let some more people show up before we get started. So, I hope you had a good day today, whoever you are, since I don't see any comments coming up yet. Um, we'll be getting to the news in a bit here as soon as we just see if we can get some more people in here. As always, I do appreciate any and all likes and shares. That helps with the algorithm and helps get more people in here to watch the content. I hope you'll enjoy it when we get started. Ah, there we go. I'm lurking for the night. That's fine. ATC. I understand if you feel like just lurking and not really being active. Just at least though, even on those nights, just let me know you're here, or let me know who it is, and know that you're here, just so that you know. And at least for the moment, anyways, it looks like the counter's being accurate. So hopefully that means that they fix the thing. Let's see now. I don't know if you want to mention much, but I hope your day went well today, ATC. You know, hope you had a good day today. I know you, as you said, you're going to probably be lurking around. And that's fine. I get that. Just want to, before I get started here, want to make sure we get give people a chance to get in here. Hmm. Ah, there's May May. Hey, May May. Let's see. I'm here. Just joined back, and how is everyone? Was everyone's day good? I hope. Yeah, it was hot today. Hot where you are up in Canada. Well, we are in late May, so we are getting close to summer. Hey, hey, May May. As always, guys, of course, I do appreciate any and all likes and shares. And then we have three people here. Well, counter's reading two again. So um hopefully we'll have this will help some. Huh? Oh, there we go. Now it says free watching again. And that's it. We're just waiting around to see if we can get some more people in here. Probably um Started soon enough. Hmm. Now we're back down to two again. Oh boy. Hmm. Right, well, we're at the 6 minute mark. Let's see now. Anyways. Uh, oh, May May, you still here? ATC, I know you said you would be lurking. So, now I'm down to one. Oh boy. Ah, May May, ATC, you guys still here? Hmm. Hmm. Well, we're at the 8 minute mark now, so I guess I'll at least go over what's on tap for tonight. So I did pick out 5 stories, all from Bounding into Comics, 2 from comics, 1 from anime, and 2 from, I guess, the television side of it. Among the stories we'll cover, including DC Comics making an announcement, I guess, announcement in regards to a release celebrating Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. IDW's come out with announcement in regards to some Star Trek comics. We have a couple of Netflix stories tonight, um, as part of us. Also we'll be talking a bit about Kevin Feige and some comments he made recently. Flash earlier did. I know Yellow Flash earlier did a story on that. Probably be covering that a little bit as well. Let's see. Let's see now. Let's see. We're now at 9.5 minutes, so probably get started right at the 10 minute mark here. So might as well. Oh, there we go. There's Mamie. Hi, ATC. Now we're back up to 3 people. That's good to see. All right, well, we're at the 10-minute mark, so I'm going to go ahead and get going on reading these articles of it here. I hope you guys will keep sticking around. You guys seem to keep dropping out, I guess, for some reason. The viewer count keeps kind of screwing around a little bit here. Anyways, as always, I do, of course, appreciate any and all likes and shares. That helps with the algorithm. Hmm. All right. So without any further ado, let's get going here. Let's get started here. All right. So the first story we're going to look at here is DC Comics introduces the Monkey Prince in recognition of Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. The story was written by J.B. Augustine, published yesterday. Of course, all these stories were published yesterday. As you guys know, we're about a day behind, I think, or less. Oh, Sun Wukong. Well, maybe they're. All right, so here we go. DC Comics is introducing a new character in the one-shot anthology DC Festival of Heroes, the Asian Superhero Celebration, which rings in Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. There's a cover of it right there. He is the Monkey Prince, and his creators, writer Jean Luen Yang and artist Bernard Chang, went in depth with DCComics.com about the character and the spin put on a concept that dates back to 16th century Chinese literature. Yang touched on the genesis of the prince and what's unique and important about him being a positive representation of Asians. It's not that there's not that many Asian characters, it's that there's not that many that aren't problematic, Yang said with a laugh. There's Egg Foo, who was an arch enemy of Wonder Woman in the 60s. There's a whole bunch in the 1940s. There's Chop Chop. Chop Chop was a pilot slash mechanic slash cook for the Blackhawks, as shown in modern comics, modern military and then modern comics. He added, Monkey Prince was a bucket list item for Chang, DC editor Jennifer Chen, and himself. We we all are heavily interested in seeing Asian representation within the DC universe, Yang explained. But even beyond that, there's something about the Monkey King, he elaborated. All three of us have childhood memories of hearing Monkey King stories from our parents. For all of us, it's tied in with our love of superheroes. Yang further explains that there is an overlap between the legend of the Monkey King in the novel Journey to the West and American superheroes he could tap into. Yeah, so I guess maybe you were right. They are depicting. It is based on, Sun Wukong. Yes, that is Sun Wukong in all of his glory and mannerisms. Bernard Chang developed his interest in superheroes and the Monkey King at a young age, thanks to bedtime stories read by his parents, who would divorce and never get to the ending. To this day, I still don't know how Monkey King and his crew survived their journey west. So, Monkey Prince will essentially be me closing a loose end after all these years, Chang said. Dovetailing Yang added Monkey King is ubiquitous in the East and influenced popular anime like Dragon Ball, name of Goku, of course. So the legend has been told and retold constantly, leaving the creators to contemplate their approach seriously. Um, One of the questions we had to ask was, why are we doing it? What makes our version different? Yang asked. We wanted to firmly ground our character in the DC universe. We wanted it to feel like a story that could be told anywhere else. The Monkey Prince is the son of the Monkey King and tied into DC heroes and DC conventions with connections to extant heroes and villains. As such, he has a human identity named Marcus and goes to school with Billy Batson, linking him right away with Shazam. Shazam just felt very right, said Yang. First, he's tied to mythology, which is true because basically Shazam gets all of his powers from, well, mostly from Greek mythos, but even from Judeo Christian mythos. Okay? The letters Shazam, for those of you who don't know, Billy Batson's Captain Marvel, when he yells the word Shazam, he's calling upon, seven, you know, seven deities and heroes there. The wisdom of Solomon, as in King Solomon from the Bible. Um, let's see, the strength of Hercules from Greek mythology, the endurance of Atlas from Greek mythology, the power of Zeus from Greek mythology, the courage of Achilles from Greek mythology, and the speed of Mercury from Greek mythology. Uh, every letter of his name is tied to a different god. Technically, Hercules, Achilles, and Solomon were mortal. Okay, they weren't actually gods, but I think you get the point. They were still considered heroes of their time. Tying him to a god felt compatible with tying him additionally to the American conception of adolescence, which has parallels in the Monkey King story. Um, he's trying to figure himself out. He's trying to gather power to himself. He's really arrogant, but then he also has these moments of self doubt. Even in the original 500 years ago, Yang said. All of that felt very teenager to us. So to, in brackets there, tie him to Billy Batson felt very natural, a teenager with mythological ties, he added. More for there. See, that you guys may have said a few more things here. So also again, use up your Asian characters. They hadn't done that still. YouTube rattling them views. Hmm. Yeah, this always seems to happen with like from what I understand, if you have less than 10 viewers, they'll screw around with the view count for some reason. Why that is, I don't know, but see, as arrogant as they say he is, it comes out in Monkey Prince's attitude towards superheroes, starting with Shazam, and is summed up by the title of his story: The Monkey Prince Hates Superheroes. The story is only 12 pages, but more adventures are promised by the end, with the line, "The adventures of the Monkey Prince continue later this year." We're hoping that it will introduce American readers to Chinese mythology and Chinese readers to the DC universe, said Yang of the characters' present and future. We really want to feel cross cultural, he continued. On the fun side, we want the Monkey King to go up against other DC characters, both heroes and villains. The Monkey Prince could be the next big thing, or he could be the next Steel Spider. Time will tell. Yeah, and I do see some similarities too in terms of his design here to at least in the Young Justice cartoon to Beast Boy from the Young Justice cartoon. I see some of that in there too. Um, Anyways, we'll get on to the next story here. Want to introduce Chinese viewers to DC Universe. Weird. There are some Chinese characters in DC. Why do they feel the need to do that enough? Um, you have Euro Asian as well. Well, because what it is they even stated it earlier is that many of the Chinese characters many of the Asian characters that they do have, particularly Chinese characters in the DCU, are more stereotypical. Okay, one of the characters they talked about earlier was Chop Chop of the Blackhawks. Okay, who was actually introduced in Quality Comics back in the 40s in military and modern comics as part of the Blackhawk team, the pilot slash cook slash mechanic. So they want they want a they want a Asian representation that isn't considered offensive to them. I mean, among some other characters I know of include Stuff the Chinatown Kid, who was who of course was the sidekick of Vigilante. So, so how he looks like a new 52 design. Could be. Well, anyways, we'll next move on to the next story here. A new year-long Star Trek event announced. Star Trek: The Mirror War by John F. Trent, published yesterday, the 19th. So here we go with the next one here. IDW Publishing announced a brand new year-long Star Trek event titled Star Trek: The Mirror War. The year-long comic book event will be helmed by writers Scott and David Tipton. Let's see. Star Trek: The Next Generation, The Mirror War. Wow, some interesting stuff here. According to a press release, the event invites readers to witness what the galaxy could be like at the mercy of a Captain Picard whose greatness is measured in cunning and cruelty. In other words, instead of the diplomat that we've all seen from back in the 80s. The event begins in August with Star Trek The Mirror War #0, with artist Carlos Nieto providing his talents alongside the Tiptons. The Zero issue will feature a new story of Mirror Picard as he's summoned to Earth to face the wrath of his Emperor, deftly weaving threads from past Mirror Universe tales in a way entertaining to newcomers and the initiated alike. Following the Zero issue, the first issue launches in September and will run until issue 8. Along with these 8 main issues, there will also be 4 tie-in specials. The first tie-in special is set to premiere in December and will focus on Data. No other details about this one-shot special were revealed. All in all, there will be 13 issues, and IDW claims it will chart Mirror Picard's path of conquest across all of the Mirror universe, stoking the wrath of the Klingon Cardassian alliance along the way. IDW #1, cover A, Star Trek: The Next Generation, The Mirror War. Scott Tipton promises there will be new faces, new places, and old grudges in this year-long event series. He explains what's in store for our mirror Jean-Luc Picard and his Enterprise crew. New faces, new places, and old grudges. Picard's ambitions are grander than ever, and nothing short of the throne itself will satisfy him. David Tipton adds, in The Mirror War, we'll be seeing what happens when Picard gets hold of information that can change the fortunes of the debilitated Terran Empire. He adds the Enterprise crew will find themselves in positions of potential power and wealth like never before. See, Woody's here. Hey, Woody, let's see now. Hi, Meme. Hi, Mike. Hey, Woody. Oh, hey, Woody. Skulls in Space. Yeah, well, I guess it's part of the Star Trek series that IDW is writing there, Woody. Of course, there's Woody with his cat avatar, too, there. Uh, Editor Megan Brown notes this continues the Tipton's works from previous Mirror Universes series, such as Mirror Broken and Through the Mirror. She says, with Mirror Broken, Through the Mirror, and Terra Incognita, Scott and David Tipton, along with our Mirror War series cover artist J.K. Woodward, crafted a compelling and wholly original corner of the Star Trek universe. We're excited to continue the tradition of the Mirror War with the Mirror War, all while bringing new artists and storytellers into those Trek landscapes that fans love. This is kind of funny too, because as I remember, oh no, maybe Voyager had, but I do know that Next Generation, I don't think ever had a mirror universe episode. Of course, it originated back with the original Star Trek series. You had I think a couple of mirror universe episodes in Deep Space Nine. I remember you had a couple in Enterprise. I don't remember completely if you had one in Voyager, um, but I definitely know they didn't have one in Next Generation. So this is an interesting um, uh, um, interesting situation here. It all begins with Star Trek: The Mirror War number 0, which will feature variant covers by Nieto, Ejiwa Edge, Eba, Eba Nebi, and Bex Glendinning. As Brown noted, Woodward will be providing cover artwork for the series, beginning with Star Trek: The Mirror War number 1. Are you looking forward to Star Trek: The Mirror War? Does actually sound like an interesting story, say the least. So, anyways, getting ready. Move on to our next story here. Let's see if we said anything more sense. She's the boss. Path not taken. Choice is up to you, my friend. Along the way, a brand new life, brand new life, brand new life around the bend. Mm-hmm. And I know Toys was lurking earlier, and I don't know if he's still here or not. Um, he is. I'd like him to acknowledge himself. Um, so, anyways, as we now prepare to move on to the next story here, this is the first of actually two Netflix stories we have tonight. This one in the anime realm, our only anime story of the night. And here's the headline: The rumors aren't true. A CGI Berserk film is not currently in the works at Netflix. Written by Spencer Bakuli, published yesterday, of course. So let's see what this is all about here. Contrary to a recent rumor sparked by the creation and sharing of a fan made poster, a CGI film based on the classic Japanese manga Berserk is not currently in the works at Netflix. Now, I'm guessing Berserk is you're going to probably be hearing a lot about the Berserk manga over the next few days here, because from what I just recently found out, recently read a little bit. Apparently, Berserk's manga creator Kentaro Miura passed away the other day, or passed away earlier this month, about 2 weeks ago. So he passed away 2 weeks ago. I think at the age of 54 from, I guess, a heart issue. So, so you'll probably be hearing quite a bit about Berserk. You might be hearing more about Berserk over the next weeks or so. And for those of you who don't know, Berserk was a manga and also spawned like a couple of anime series and some movies and all that. The original anime, I think, came up back in 1997, 98, somewhere around there. And then it was kind of a reboot slash continuation in 2016. Um, those are the animes, and then, of course, based on the original manga. So the source from this is Berserk Chapter 229, Departure of Flame, 2003 from Haku Sensha. Depicting Gut's head adorned with the helmet of his signature Berserker armor, the poster at the center of the rumor was created by CGI artist Gerardo Torres Carrillo, whose May 17th Instagram post sharing the fan made artwork was itself responsible for the rumor's creation. So that basically was this past Monday. This past Monday is when that poster came out, apparently. Oh, he's writing about it 2 days later. See, rip to the rip to the author. All right. In posting this piece to his Instagram, Carrillo stated, "A Berserk short film by Netflix. I'm so excited to show you this. Thanks for the permission to post this first." Hmm. 37 minutes in. This autumn, you guys will see the first CG short film of Berserk. I'm working as creative director in the studio. Carrillo continued. Sadly, I cannot give any more details. You will have to wait for this summer to see the official reveal by Netflix. Hmm. Carrillo then wrote, Thank you all for the support. Hopefully this short film will turn into a movie or series in the future." Um, before concluding the post with a number of Berserk and anime related hashtags. Hmm. So then what's going on? Is there a short film coming out? Or, well, I guess what they're saying here, or at least according to the rumors aren't true, CJ Berserk film is not currently in the. So they're saying that a film isn't in the works, but that doesn't necessarily mean that like a full on film may not be in the works. It doesn't necessarily mean that may not be doing something. So let's continue reading the article here. Once word of the supposed film reached Berserk's extensive fan base, the post soon understandably spread across social media like wildfire, drawing equal parts surprise and skepticism from fans blindsided by the supposed project's sudden announcement. Hmm. However, buried underneath his lengthy quote unquote announcement and its mountain of concluding hashtags was an easy to miss disclaimer from Korea. This is a joke. Oh, he sounds like he got him. Oh man. Oh man. In light of the streaming services productions of such series as Devilman Crybaby and Godzilla Singular Point, a CGI Berserk film from Netflix could have some potential and would almost certainly be better than the series abysmally animated 2016 CGI adaptation, but ultimately no such project is on the horizon. What do you make of Korea's poster and the rumor surrounding its Instagram post? Let us know. Well, it sounds like he really got a lot of people. It was one huge gotcha, that everybody just, I think the majority of the fan base apparently just fell hook, line, and sinker right into. So that was just something else there. A lot of people probably feeling like fools right now over that. Actually, did you hear the news? I heard he died 14. Yeah, well, yeah, I even mentioned that earlier, May May. The you're talking about the creator of Kentaro Miura, creator of Berserk. That's what I was just talking about a few minutes ago. I was, yeah, he died like 2 weeks ago. I had seen the name, but I didn't know who it was. And then today I decided to just look up the name, and that's how I found out who he was and stuff like that. I just looked him up on Wikipedia and found out he was the creator of Berserk. He died 2 weeks ago at the age of 54 um, from like a heart issue, heart ailment. They didn't say it was a heart. It was a bit more wordy, complicated than just simply heart attack. But a lot of people compare it to basically a heart attack. Um, so yeah, so that's it for that story. Then we're just over halfway through the stories here, three of the five. Um, the 42-minute mark here, so we're making some good time here. I got a couple more stories in the T. One of them will be the second Netflix story. That'll be the last story we do. But next one I'm going to cover here, though, is this one. And I know Flash also did a video on this earlier as well. You know, this has some comic connections. That's why I'm doing it. Um, Normally, I don't do these, movie TV adaptations because they're not really as interesting. But figured why not, since it does have. So, so here we go. Kevin Feige, as I understand, that's how you pronounce his name. Kevin Feige says comic book popularity not a factor in movie and TV adaptations. I know Yellow Flash did a video on this earlier today, um, written by John F. Trent, published yesterday. So, so here we go. Marvel Studios boss Kevin Feige recently declared that the popularity of the comic book or comic book character has not been a factor in the film's movie and TV adaptations. I know when Flash was talking about this story earlier, he was pretty much talking about how, if anything, the movies made more famous, like lesser known characters in the Marvel universe and in the MCU than, and even the popular characters. San Diego, California, July 20th. Left to right. President of Marvel Studios, Kevin Feige, director Talia Waititi, and Natalie Portman of Marvel Studios Thor: Love and Thunder at the San Diego Comic Con Internet 2019 Marvel Studios panel in Taika Waititi. I'm sorry, Waititi. So he's the one in the middle there, I guess. In Hall H on July 20, 2019 in San Diego, California. Photo by Alberto E. Rodriguez, Getty Images for Disney. So that's Natalie Portman at the far right there. So in an interview with Men's Health, Feige spoke about the upcoming Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings film. And again, that was another film that I know Flash did some coverage on as well. During the interview, Feige referenced the X-Men and Blade films when he stated that sort of proved early on that it wasn't about how famous the character was, but about how great their potential was for becoming a cool movie or series of movies. Well, even as Flash pointed out, it's a little more true in regards to Blade as opposed because X Men has always been the mutants, the X Men in particular have always been fairly popular, whereas Blade is probably one of the lesser known characters of the Marvel universe. In fact, I didn't even know about him until his appearances on Spider-Man the animated series in the '90s. That's the first I actually ever heard of Blade as a character myself. Um, so it just goes to show you. He added, and Shang-Chi has had that potential for so long. I didn't even know Shang-Chi was a Marvel character, but Shang-Chi, Simu Liu, Simu Liu, in Marvel Studios' Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Photo by Jason Boland. Copyright Marvel Studios 2021, all rights reserved. According to Men's Health writer Evan Romano, Feige um, also explained that the reason why Shang-Chi did not show up in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, despite being on their list for a long time, is because there was limited space to fit in the characters needed during the lead up to Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. Feige stated, once we finished what we call now the Infinity Saga, we rolled up our sleeves and said, okay, what's next? What are we going to kick off the next? The next sort of evolution of the MCU, um, post our first big saga, and that's why Chang Chi at the very top of why Chang Chi was at the very top of the list. He said, "Again, Chang Chi, I didn't even know was a Marvel character, and heard a little bit about this movie, but left or right. Ling, Minger Zhang, Chang Chi, Simu Liu, and Katie Aquafina in Marvel Studios' Chang Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Not only that, but Romano adds, and because Chang Chi is a fairly obscure character, the studio can rewrite and modernize his story in ways that would be far less noticeable than updating more widely known stories like those of Captain America, Spider Man, or the Incredible Hulk. Feige would also indicate Shang-Chi received top billing because he appeals to China. Oh, yeah. Like, that's what we really want to do because, well, everybody knows how most Americans, I think, feel about China. You know, all still here. Counter went down to one again for some reason. Now it's back up to two and three. All right. See that, Woody? You said here. Let's see. All right. He states it's about having a foot in both worlds, in the North American world and in China, and Simu fits that quite well. Source: Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Feige's comments are interesting because they are in direct contrast to what he said about Eternals. Speaking with Variety at the end of April, Feige addressed the race and gender swaps in the upcoming film and revealed that diversity in the film is the reason it was placed at the top of Marvel's priority list. Feige clearly stated, well, the notion of switching up the genders, sexualities, and ethnicities of the characters from the comics was baked in initially. That was part of what Nate Moore was really advocating for in moving Eternals to the top list for us to start working on. Sounds like you just trying to push as much agenda as possible. San Diego Comic Con, July 20th, left to right. Kumali Nanajani, Brian Tyree Henry, Kumali Nanajani, Brian Tyree Henry, Salma Hayek, Richard Madden, Leah McHugh, Angelina Jolie, Don Lee, and Lauren Ridloff of Marvel Studios, The Eternals at the San Diego Comic Con International 2019, Marvel Studios panel, Hall H on July 20, 2019, San Diego, California. As for Feige's idea that they don't take the popularity of characters into consideration, one has to wonder about the validity of that. The first phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe featured all of the original Avengers characters and some Marvel's biggest hitters in Captain America, Thor, and Hulk. Um, they continued with those characters through phase two, although they did add in Guardians of the Galaxy, which was more of an obscure team in the comics. This is true. They also introduced Ant Man, but he was a longtime Avenger in the comics. Again, Ant Man, and that's true. And he was one of the lesser known members of the. Anyways, excuse me for a moment, guys. I'm sorry, I gotta clear my nose here. Alrighty, then I'm back and look like Woody just said something here. So what do you got to say? Here. Okay. 5 minute mark. So in phase three, they continued with Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America. They went on to introduce Spider Man, who is Marvel's most popular character, Black Panther, Captain Marvel. That's Marvel Comics version of Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, who was formerly Miss Marvel, and Doctor Strange. Most of the characters introduced and featured throughout Marvel's Infinity Saga were some of the most popular characters outside of the X Men, which they did not have access to at the time. However, the Phase 4 announcements do indeed confirm they are not taking popularity into account. They will be introducing Jane Foster, Thor in Love, Thor in Love, Jane Foster Thor in Thor Love and Thunder, um, are creating a Ms. Marvel TV series and a Hawkeye series based on Kate Bishop. On top of that, they are debuting the Shang-Chi and the Eternals movies. What do you make of Feige's comments? Do you believe him? Hmm. Sounds like they're once again trying to push an agenda that nobody wants to, that I think sales numbers are going to show you are not wanting to see. Absent laugh out loud. Anyways, now we're up to 4 here. All right. So, anyways, so we have one more main article to get through. We'll just get past, just barely get past the hour mark here. And here's the other Netflix story I was telling you guys about. And the headline here is what really caught my attention. Okay, so 4 of the 5 were from yesterday. This one apparently was done today. Netflix announces 3 new animated projects as part of initiative to quote unquote reclaim animation. Written by John F. Trent, published today. Movies and television. Netflix announced 3 brand new animated projects as part of an initiative to reclaim the animation space. They revealed the series through their Netflix family Twitter account. And here's, I guess, the tweet right here. New animation introducing 3 brand new films and series from Asian American creators: The Monkey King, Boons and Curses, and Met Cadets. Find out more about these titles in the thread below. So, source Netflix family Twitter. Jane Lee, Netflix's manager of original animation, detailed the projects were about reclaiming the animation space in a press release. She wrote, "Never underestimate the power of seeing yourself on the screen. Watching my favorite cartoons growing up, I rarely saw a face or name like mine, and certainly never as the hero. But I always had a passion for animation, and now I get to reclaim the space for myself and others who deserve to see ourselves on screen. Well, I'm sure you, if you'd gone back to wherever your original country was, you probably would have seen, you know, animation that, you basically whatever country you were originally descended from, you would have probably seen more of that. But anyways, Lee would add, I love the power of animation because it unlocks imagination and potential, empowering us to build new realities and see ourselves as the heroes. With each colorful frame and character we get to create together, we are defining our own world for kids around the world who don't have to wait to see someone like them in the end credits. She also notes that these three new projects join our incredible slate of animation from world class Asian American creators with different styles, unique voices, and a broad range of stories to tell, including Academy Award nominated film Over the Moon from Glenn Keane, Jenny Rim, the and Pelin Chow, City of Ghosts from Elizabeth Ito, an upcoming series and films like uh, Central World from Mega Nicole Dong, Oni from Daisuke Dice Sumi, Gi Happy from Sanjay Patel, Witch Boy from Minkyu Lee, and Steps from Alice Zhu. The Monkey King. Monkey King visual development piece by production designer Kyle McQueen, created Netflix 2021. The Monkey King is described as an animated action film. The official description reads inspired by China's famous legend Journey to the West. So we got two Journey to the West movies coming out. Or, well, let's see, we had a comic coming out, Monkey Prince, and now we have a movie, The Monkey King. The film tells the story of a very special monkey and his magical fighting stick, um, who team up to fight against gods, demons, dragons, and the greatest enemy of all, monkey's own hubris. It will be directed by Anthony Stacchi, with Stephen Chow executive producing and Palin Chow and Kendra Holland as producers. Chow stated, the Monkey King has endured for generations with his unique character and spirit. I'm so excited to be collaborating with Tony Pellin and everyone at Netflix to bring the joyful tale to audiences worldwide. The cast includes Jimmy O Yang, Bowen Yang, Jolie Huang Rappaport, Joe Coy, Wan Yuan, Hoon Lee, Stephanie Su, Andrew Pang, Andrew Kishino, Jody Long, James C., and B.D. Wong. On Twitter, Netflix made clear the voice talent is all Asian. Uh, B.D. Wong, of course, known for his work from Law and Order Special Victims Unit as a psychiatrist in that for a few scenes. James C. I know did the voice of Wind Dragon in the Justice League episode Ultimatum, or Justice League Unlimited. Oh, the other, I think I've heard of Andrew Kishino um, before as well. So the Monkey King, okay, and then that was just tweet. So the movie is expected to drop on the streaming service sometime in 2023. Boons and curses. Here, Leto's here. Hey, Mike, Toys, May, Woody. How are y'all? All right. Just wish the counter was more accurate. Hey, Leto. I'm good. Hope you're good as well, too, man. Hey there, Leto. I hope your day's been a good one, my friend. As always, guys, I'll be driving to work. But I'll be listening in. All right. That's good, May. Also good. Just tired and bow work egg. Um, I'll be all right, toys. All right. As we continue the article here, boons and curses. Boons and Curses is described as comedy action animated series. Will be animated in 2D. Um, the official description reads: In the magical land of Maya, a cosmic war is on the horizon. The Raj and his monstrous army threaten to destroy any who stand against them. The universe itself hangs in the balance, and our only hope is 3 feet tall and made of butter. Claiming to be a cursed warrior from another time, Bean or Bon um, may have been transformed into solid ghee, um, but he won't let that stop him. Teaming up with Ronnie, a young thief with delusions of grandeur, Bon must use every arrow in his quiver if he wants to defeat the Raj. It continues. The description concludes heavily inspired by ancient South Asia. Boons and Curses is an adventure comedy highlighting the myths and legends that have enraptured generations. The series is being created by Jaydeep Hazrajani and will see Jake Goldman as the series co-executive producer. Hazrajani um, stated, "Growing up, I used to think of the hyphen in Indian American as a separator between two parts of myself. Um, with boons and curses, I want to turn that hyphen from a wall into a bridge. Um, not just for me, but for anybody who has ever felt that they were caught between two worlds." He added, using the beauty of South Asian mythology, folk tales, and culture, our talented and passionate crew is so eager to share an exciting and hilarious adventure that can resonate with everyone the world over. Boons and Curses is expected to hit Netflix sometime in 2023. Met Cadets. Also, congrats on joining Minds. All right, I'm headed to work. Make it a good show. Doing the best I can, and yeah, thank you. I'm on. Yeah, just to let those who don't know, I am on Minds now. So okay, Letta. I did actually sign up for Mind. I still haven't figured out the whole um money thing yet. I guess you do collect tokens on there, so I am kind of curious on it. But anyways, Anyways, Mech Cadets is an animated series based on the Boom Studios comic book series Mech Cadet U by Greg Pak and Takeshi Miyazawa. The description reads 50 years in the future, after a terrifying alien species attacked our planet, teenager Stanford Yu works as a janitor at the Sky Corps Military Academy. But he's only dreamed of one thing his entire life: to pilot a robot mech, a robomech, giant robots from outer space who came to our aid. A lot of other mecha series like Gundam and Jinky Extend, Ravzavan, Gravion, um, Gurren Lagann. I think I said Mobile Suit Gundam already, right? And then Neon Genesis Evangelion. It adds, when he finally gets his shot, Stanford and his classmates must put aside all personal differences and work together as a team in order to defend humanity against a new invasion of aliens. The series will be animated by Polygon Pictures Incorporated. It will be written by Aaron Lamb. Lamb will also be an executive producer on the series. Jack Lang of Polygon Pictures Incorporated stated, "It is important for us to create stories that exemplify our team's diverse voices and art as a studio based in Tokyo, Japan. As part of our mission to do what no other has done in unparalleled quality for all the world to see and enjoy. We are ecstatic to have alongside with us our supervising director, Toru Patrick Awa, writer and executive producer, Aaron Lamb, and our talented, diverse team of writers to visualize wonderful story created by Greg Pak, Takeshi Miyazawa, and Boom Studios. We all are honored to work with Netflix and to tell a story that we hope will inspire future storytellers around the world, um, Liang said. Boom Studios confirmed the series will be a 3D animated series. They wrote, "We're excited to announce that Netflix is developing a brand new 3D animated series, Mech Cadets." This one sounds like it's going to be good. It's not. They're not going to be pushing. I think the others seem like they're trying to push agendas. This one seems like not. Even though I think it's more Netflix making the bigger deal out of it, out of the agenda pushing than the actual creators. It sounds like. Met Cadets is expected to hit Netflix sometime in 2023. Met Cadet U completed its comic book run back in 2018 with issue 12. This series has been collected in 3 trade paperbacks volumes. What do you make of these 3 new series? What do you make of Lee claiming they are reclaiming the well, I think they're claiming that they're trying to reclaim the animation space is somewhat false because obviously Japan owns its animation space, right? You know, and depending upon where any of these people come, if they go back to their, if they were to venture back to their country of origin, you know, and I know they're going to say they were born here in the States, but if they're like, let's say, Asian American or Indian American or what have you, if they go back to their family's country of origin, whether that be India or China or Korea or, Singapore or whatever, they'll probably find that there are cartoons that are produced and shown in those countries, that probably don't feed into some of the American stereotypes. And I'm sure that Americans are depicted um, just as stereotypical in those countries as non-Americans are in a number of cartoons in ours. Okay, so That's what I think. You guys have any comments on what I just said? Hey, so we're past the hour mark. So that's it for the main stories tonight. We are just past hour mark. Yeah, Batgoat's not here. I wonder if maybe he fell asleep or something like that. Well, I hope he'll be ready for tomorrow night. Send him send him the StreamYard link in the morning. Hmm. I know Toys is lurking. Leto's driving. We have May and Woody here as well. Um, got a few minutes here, so we're a little on the early side. Is there anything you guys wanted to ask me about? Is there anything you guys wanted to ask me about or comment on or anything like that? If not, we might just wind down a little early tonight. It does seem kind of like a slow night. I know we've had a tough week here. What happened the other day and stuff like that. But, all right, so is there anything anybody? Oh, wait, like May just added something there. Let's see. Yep, some a slow Thursday. Slow Thursday. All right, yeah. Well, if you guys are acknowledging it too, I guess I guess we will just start to wrap up here. So, are you guys then ready for this day in each history? Since it is kind of a slow Thursday, I guess we'll go ahead and start wrapping up a little bit here. Are you guys ready for this day in each history? I'm so ready for some this day in each history. Nietzsche and Nietzsche for I think you meant to say Nietzsche, but that's all right. So, anyways, today being Thursday, May 20th, 2021, let's take a look back at this day in Nietzsche history. And our first stop, we're gonna head back 30 years ago today. As on this date 30 years ago today, after one season of 13 episodes, Toxic Crusaders would complete its one season run on this date in 1991. So, on this date in 1991, the animated series Toxic Crusaders would complete its first and only season. So, so there's that. Now, moving on to the next piece of Nietzsche history here. On this day in 19 29 years ago today, uh, the first issue of ElfQuest Hidden Years, which apparently ran for something like, well, technically 30 issues, but it was ended at issue 29. One of the issues like 9.5. So, but anyways, the first issue of ElfQuest Hidden Years from Warp Graphics went on sale on this date in 1992, 29 years ago today. A 32-page book for $2. So on this date, 29 years ago today, Warp Graphics ElfQuest Hidden Years #1, the first issue of ElfQuest, went on sale on this date. So 1991, Toxic Crusaders sounds like they were ahead of their time. Well, you got to remember in the 90s, throughout the 90s, that's when like environmentalism really started to pick up. What do you remember? Remember the 90s, what probably one of the more popular cartoons of the 90s that came from TBS was Captain Planet and the Planeteers. So go figure. And anyways, and the last piece of niche history we'll cover for tonight will be coming up right now. As on this date in 1996, which was 25 years ago today, WCW held its Monday Nitro event from the Monroe Civic Center in Monroe, Louisiana. The main event of the night saw the Giant defeat Arn Anderson in a WCW World Heavyweight title match. Also in the card, you saw Lex Luger and Sting retain the WCW World Tag Team titles against the Faces of Fear, Meng, and Barbarian. In other matches, you saw Fire and Ice and the Steiner brothers fight to a double countout. You saw Ric Flair defeat Eddie Guerrero and Diamond Dallas Page defeat Brad Armstrong. So that's what happened on this day in each history, guys. I thank you guys once again for joining me tonight. Hopefully, Batgoat will be able to join me tomorrow. Since I didn't see him tonight, but I will remember to send him the link, StreamYard link. So hopefully he'll be here. Don't forget tomorrow night we'll be looking through Centaur comics from that went on sale in October of 1937. Be focusing on funny picture stories number 10. No problem, Mike. Good stuff. And don't forget, remember Monday, May 31st will be our next open mic night. So you guys can join me if you like in the studio. We will talk about whatever we'll figure out what to talk about. So, anyways, guys, I will hopefully see you tomorrow night. Bye.